Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the bent metal Axtion. I rode this binding at Copper Mountain on a day that was sunny, bluebird skies, warmer temps, you had chop, chunder, soft creamy snow, perfect corduroy, and I rode it on my Ride Shadow Band snowboard with my K2 Thraxis boots. So with the Axtion, they're not the most adjustable binding. You do have twist tabs on the toe and the heel, so flip it up, unscrew it, reset it where you need to. The toes are also on a small push pin system, so push down, slide back, pull up, depending on if you need it more forward or backwards. You do have the ability to rotate the Highback into 3 positions if that's your thing. And then with the forward lean, you have this block that you just basically twist. You got 8 positions. You'll think it's 4 because you want to leave it straight, but you can actually put it onto the point if you want to. And then finally, the big talking point is the drive plates. You can actually interchange these with the other models from Bent Metal. You can order them off their website. So if you want something stiffer or softer, you can order it and swap them out. That's everything for adjustability. These are molded straps, which means no excess padding. So if you were hoping for extra padding, you're not getting it. All of that is coming from your boot. This will contour around the instep of your boot very easily. It's got a good sized cutout on that heel strap. You do have a little bit more material on the outside of it towards the ratchets, so if you need to drive it, these are a soft strap, so expect a lot of lateral play. With the toe strap, it's the same thing with a very minimal cutout. This is gonna fit a pointy-toed boot better than a blunt boot or something that's more boxy. It's just gonna fit in there and wrap around that toe. Now, if you rock it over the top, little different. Probably gonna fit just fine on anything. When it comes to the ratchets, you do have a 1-finger quick release on the heel strap. Honestly, it's kind of small. Grab it from the front. That'll make it more uniform with the toe ratchet. Because there is no 1-finger quick release, just make it uniform. Either make them both with it or make them both without it. I don't care. One thing I would like to note is the ratchets are kind of loose. Like, they have a lot of play in them. Feels kind of chintzy. I didn't have them slip or anything on me. I just want you guys to know that you might hear a little rattle in there. Otherwise, they climb well. Like I said, there is that 1-finger quick release, but it's just easier to grab it from the front and pull up. It'll do its job. They work. Have I used better? Yes. Have I used worse? Oh God, yes. Oh God, yes. Why don't you like this video? Click the bell and subscribe. You know you want to. That way you're not missing any of the notifications that are going to come out to tell you we got more videos, because, you know, we got a lot coming out. You know you need to watch them. So the Highback isn't overly stiff. It's not overly soft. You do have a slight wing on the outside of it. You'll notice that there is a fair amount of give. When you drive back into it, it's a little stiffer down the back spine. It's a middle of the road Highback. It does Highback things. The big story here is that forward lean block. It gives you 8 points of forward lean. So, you know, you can have it off center. You can move it so it's straight up and down. It's kind of your personal preference on what you want there. That's really the big talking point. And it is completely toolless. It has a screw, but you can do it without it. This binding overall is kind of a middle of the road. It's not too stiff, it's not too soft, it's just sort of there. You can do everything with it. The straps have more play in them, especially laterally. With it being a unibody construction, it does flex uniform. You'll notice that it has kind of a slightly bigger disc to it, so the lateral play isn't as much. With the Highback, you know, you get a fair amount of give on the outside, but it's a little more rigid down the back spine of it. Like I said, it's kind of a do-everything flex to it. It's middle of the road. It's not too stiff. It's not too soft. So, you know, you get what you get with it. So, overall, this has a bigger disc to it. It is a unibody uniform flex to it. Surprisingly, it's fairly damp for what it is. It does a good job of dissipating that kinetic energy, mainly because of these drive plates that are in here. This really does a good job of just absorbing that chatter, helping deaden any of those vibrations. For being a unibody binding, you'd figure that it might be a little more lively. It's not. It's, you know, solid for what it is, as I keep saying. Rider in mind. So who is this binding for? It's for someone that wants a meat and potatoes, do-it-all binding that doesn't have crazy adjustability in it. If you like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. It's a meat and potato binding. You know what you're gonna get. At the end of the day, strap in, go ride, and just forget about it. It's not gonna have crazy adjustments to it, and it's just gonna be very easy to use. I do think that the ratchets could be tightened up a little bit. That's just my take on how they're built. Overall, it's solid for what it is. Binding recommendations: the K2 formula, the Nitro One, the Jones Meteorite. This has been my review of the bent metal Axtion. If this isn't what you're looking for, why don't you check out our deep library of other reviews of other bindings, because I'm sure we've got something for you.